Intro.
नमस्ते भावना बेन।
भावना बेन नमस्ते। नमस्ते अरुण भाई।
नमस्ते, जय श्री कृष्णा।
जय श्री कृष्ण।
तो बड़े रिलैक्स लगते वेकेशन के बाद।
बच्चों के साथ थोड़ा टाइम स्पेंड किया।
वाटर थेरेपी अच्छा है।
वाटर पार्क में गए थे, वो राइड्स बच्चों के साथ थोड़ा टाइम स्पेंड किया 2 दिन।
वेरी गुड।
वहाँ की जकूजी इतनी पावरफुल, इतनी बड़ी स्विमिंग पूल जैसी जकूजी है, इतनी बड़ी,
अच्छा,
बहुत बड़ी।
उसका ना Z100 पे वो बड़ा मेंशन किया करते थे जब मैं काम पे जाता था ना, जाते जाते Z1 तो कालाहारी डेजर्ट हमेशा बोलते थे कि you should go and visit that place and it's very nice.
हाँ, पोकोनो माउंटेन्स में है।
पोकोनो माउंटेन्स में। या गुड गुड
आप
गुड।
कैसे हैं? आप ठीक हैं?
सब अच्छा है, एकदम अच्छा है।
गुड।
या वो अपना मंडे का डिनर कैंसिल करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि नॉट इनफ पीपल अवेलेबल। कुछ लोग कोविड से डरे हुए हैं और कुछ लोग
कोई बात
cannot come. I've been trying to get everybody together so we could chit chat and have some good time, but
भावना बेन,
कोई बात।
the speaker which I referred to you, do you have a date on that butt guy?
You know, I don't. I'm glad you reminded me, Dhiman Bhai. I will give him a call this weekend.
He's eager to give good lectures.
Yeah. I will definitely call because we have a few dates that are available.
right.
So I will call him. I just got busy with other things and completely forgot. I'm sorry.
If you give me dates, I can call him.
Oh, okay. 1 second.
And then I'll ask him to contact you for whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Oh,
She's looking.
So we have Friday, April 16th.
Friday, April 16, okay. To date.
Yeah, and then we have Friday, April 23rd. 23rd might be better.
23rd is better, okay.
કારણ કે 18મી એ માતાની ચોકી છે. એટલે
Yeah, okay.
that
So-
Friday we might skip that Friday કારણ કે it just becomes
Right. Yeah.
So 23rd is better.
yeah,
Yeah.
23rd is better.
Good. I will contact him and then I will.
ठीक है ना अरुण जी?
हाँ जी बिल्कुल
हाँ,
बिल्कुल। हाँ,
I heard his lecture. He is good.
Okay.
All right. He is Gujarati, but he was born and raised in Rajasthan. So
And he speaks Hindi. He
Hindi.
likes to speak
Oh,
it.
very good. Okay.
His Hindi is better for me.
All right. Okay. नमस्ते चंद्र जी।
नमस्कार जी।
ये
चंद्र
blue
जी,
color
प्रणाम,
आपको
जय
बहुत
श्री
अच्छा
कृष्ण।
लगता है।
ओ थैंक यू। आज दूसरे कपड़े पहनने का मन नहीं किया तो इतना आलस आ रहा है सुबह से।
अच्छा।
आज मेरी छुट्टी थी तो मैंने पूरा घर साफ किया. Then this changing the bedding is so difficult.
Yeah.
It's like it requires, we have a king size bed, so it requires so much energy.
मैंने कहीं पढ़ा था कि 100 calories you use in making that
Really
bed.
terrible. So after the mopping and the sweeping and then changing the bedding, I was just like exhausted. मैं तो फिर सो गई.
Yeah, I know.
आज ऐसे लगता है ना छुट्टी है ना, गुड
आज ट्रैफिक और सब कम था या गुड फ्राइडे के लिए.
Yeah.
कई लोग के छुट्टी है या
छुट्टी है ना आज तो. स्कूल तो वैसे ही बंद है because of the spring break.
हाँ, स्कूल तो बंद है ना, हमारे बच्चों की भी बंद है.
हाँ जी तो इसलिए मैंने कहा कि चलो
नमस्ते उषा जी. उषा जी आपका लास्ट नेम क्या है?
शुक्ला. You're on mute, Usha Ben.
You're on mute.
Shukla.
नमस्कार उषा जी.
हाय कैसे हो आप?
मैं ठीक हूँ.
हमारी मदर की फैमिली भी सब शुक्ला है.
हाँ.
अच्छा.
हम गुजरात के शुक्ला है.
हाँ.
पता नहीं कहाँ से है ये, गुजरात में तो अभी हो आप।
यहाँ कहाँ से आए होगे पता नहीं है, लेकिन हम है।
मैं
सच्ची बात है।
5 साल पहले मेरा ब्रदर गया था, तो हमारी 375 ईयर ओल्ड हिस्ट्री निकाल के लाया वहां से।
हाँ हाँ,
तो वो बोलते ओरिजिनली हमारे जो फोर फादर्स थे वो कश्मीर में थे,
कश्मीर में से थे। हाँ
और
ठीक है।
कश्मीर से चलते चलते 2-3 जगह बदल के फिर जो अभी हम घर है वहां आए वो।
हाँ, वहाँ सब पंडिताई करते होगे वहाँ
या
सब जाओ।
हरिद्वार में बताते हैं ना, जब
हाँ।
जाओ पूरा
हाँ।
पिछला
पूजा पाठ करते होंगे वहाँ कोई, और वहाँ इधर आ गए होंगे, तब हम सब आ गए इधर।
हाँ
ऐसा होगा, हमको भी हिस्ट्री पता नहीं है, लेकिन ओरिजिनल वहां से ही होगा, मैं बिलीव करती हूँ।
तो डॉक्टर कपाडिया 6 बजे आएंगे कि
डॉक्टर कापाडिया 6:30 बजे आएंगे, तो वी कैन स्टार्ट
विद जो भजन like
या,
this
जो आप हाँ
या आप चंद्र जी शुरू कीजिए अपना।
तो कर दे।
नीमन भी 11 ठीक है ना आप दोनों?
वी आर प्रिपेयर्ड। सो चंद्र जी, आप भजन भी एक गाइए, आप शुरुआत करिए और एक भजन भी गाइए।
हाँ, वेरी गुड।
चलिए कर देते हैं। वक्रतुंडा महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देवा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा कर्पूरगौरं करुणावतारं संसारसारं केन्द्रहारं सदा वसन्तं हृदयारविन्दं भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि भवं भवानी सहितं नमामि। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरा गुरु साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। या देवी सर्वेषु मातृरूपेण संस्थिता नमस्तस्यै 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 नमो नमः। हरि ओम तत्सत् 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 हरि ओम। कृष्णा 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 जय राधा कृष्णा 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 Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Govinda, Govinda, Bhajo Radhe, Govinda, Gopala, Gopala, Bhajo Krishna, Govinda, 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 Bhajo Radhe, Govinda, Gopala, Gopala, Bhajo Krishna, Govinda. Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Sari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om. Krishna, 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 Jaya Radha Krishna. Govinda, Govinda, Bhajo Radhe, Gopala, Gopala, Bhajo Krishna, Govinda. Om Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Bol Banke Bihari
हरि काली की जय 11
जी
शिवोऽहं शिव स्वरूपोऽहम् नित्योऽहं शुद्धोऽहम् बुद्धोऽहं मुक्तोऽहम् शिवोऽहं अद्वैत आनंद रूपं अरूपं ब्रह्मोऽहं ब्रह्म स्वरूपोऽहम् चिदोऽहं चिदोऽहं सच्चिदानन्दोऽहम् So I'm going to sing Nirvashtakam, written by Adi Sankaracharya. जब वो 8 साल की उम्र थी, वो ज्ञान की शोध में निकल पड़े थे हिमालय के जंगल में, तो गुरु मेरा उनको पूछ रहे, गुरु कि भाई ये बच्चा तेरा नाम क्या है? तो तेरी पहचान मुझे दे दे। तो वो 8 साल के बच्चे ने ये लिखा था, आदि शंकराचार्य ने, कि मनोबुद्ध अहंकार चित्ता निनाहम शिवोहम शिवोहम। सो वो एक पैराग्राफ का मैं जरा हिंदी में बोलूंगा कि मनोबुद्धि अहंकार चित्ता निनाहम, ना मैं मन हूं, ना मैं बुद्धि हूं, ना मैं अहंकार हूं, ना मैं चित्त हूं, ना मैं कान हूं, ना मैं जीभ हूं, ना मैं नासिका हूं, ना मैं नेत्र हूं, ना मैं आकाश हूं, ना मैं धरती हूं, ना अग्नि हूं, नहीं वायु हूं। I'll make it short। तो वो कहते हैं कि वो मैं मृत्यु नहीं हूं, मैं जिंदगी नहीं हूं, मेरा कोई पिता नहीं है, न माता है, न कभी जन्म था और कभी मृत्यु है। So I'm everywhere all the time। न रूप है, न रंग है, न शेप है। तो वो कहते हैं कि मैं चैतन्य रूप सब जगत में व्यापित हूं और सभी इंद्रियों में छिपा हुआ हूं। मैं तो शुद्ध चेतना हूं, अनादि अनंत शिव हूं। दिस इज माय इंट्रोडक्शन। वो बच्चा ने बोला।
मनोबुद्ध अहंकार चित्ता निनाहम न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे न च भूर्मिन् न तेजो न वायु चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम मनोबुद्ध अहंकार चित्ता निनाहम न च श्रोत्र जिह्वे न च घ्राण नेत्रे न च भूर्मिन् न तेजो न वायु चिदानंद शिवोहम शिवोहम चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम। न च प्राण संगम न वै पंचवायु न वा सप्त धातुर न वा पंचकोश न वा पादम न चो पायु चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम। न मे द्वेष रागो न मे लोभ मोह मदो नैव मे नैव मात्सर्य भाव न धर्मो न चार्थो न कामो न मोक्ष चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम
We'll fix up the system.
न पुण्यम न पापम न सौख्यम न दुखम न मंत्रो न तीर्थो न वेदा न यज्ञाम अहम भोजनम नैव भोजन भोक्ता चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम चिदानंद रूप शिवोहम शिवोहम न मे मृत्युशंका न मे जाति भेद पिता नैव मे नैव माता न जन्म न बन्धो न मित्रं गुरुर्नैव शेषं चिदानन्दरूपं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूपं शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहम्
Then what am I?
अहं निर्विकल्पो निराकाररूपो विभुर्व्याप्त सर्वेन्द्रियाणं सदा मे समत्वं नमोतीन बन्धं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं चिदानन्दरूप शिवोऽहं शिवोऽहं
Very nice. Thank you so much. मैंने जो अपना नाम भी चेंज किया है, it is somewhat based on this principle कि जब आप भगवान के नाम के साथ जुड़ जाते हो तो वो जो मटेरियल लाइफ है ना, you trying to move away from it. तो तैत्तरीय उपनिषद में भी यही लिखा है कि फिर वो जब उनके साथ आप जुड़ जाते तो वो क्वालिटीज आप में आनी शुरू हो जाती हैं. पेशेंस है, ट्रांसडेंटल ब्लिस है. तो कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि उस डायरेक्शन में जाए ताकि भगवान को जो है एट द एंड पा सके.
हम प्रार्थना करते हैं भगवान आपको पूरी शक्ति दे आपके सिद्धि में.
दे रहे, सब दे रहे अभी तक तो.
सब दे रहे.
रानी सिंगला जी, आप गाएंगे भजन? रानी जी?
या गा दूंगी एक अगर
हाँ
टाइम
जी,
है तो।
गाइए।
अच्छा। ये राम का भजन है।
ठीक है।
नमस्ते सबको।
नमस्ते रानी जी।
नमस्ते। हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम राम। तू ही माता तू ही पिता है, तू ही माता तू ही पिता है, तू ही तो है राधा का श्याम। हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम। तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तू अंतर्यामी सबका स्वामी, तेरे चरणों में चारों धाम। हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम। तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे, तू ही बिगाड़े तू ही संवारे, इस जग के सारे काम। हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम। तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता, तू ही जगदाता विश्व विधाता, तू ही सुबह तू ही शाम। हे राम हे राम हे राम हे राम। थैंक यू।
थैंक यू रानी जी। तो अभी थोड़ा सा टाइम है, तो इसी बहाने मैं आपको एक भजन सुनाता हूँ।
श्योर।
सुमिरन कर ले, सुमिरन कर ले, सुमिरन कर ले, मेरे मना तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले, मेरे मना तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले, ऐसे सुमिरन कर ले, बता। पंच पंख बिना हस्ति दंत बिना, नारी पुरुष बिना, पंच पंख बिना हस्ति दंत बिना, नारी पुरुष बिना, जैसे पुत्र पिता बिना हीना, जैसे पुत्र पिता बिना हीना, तैसे पुरुष हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले, मेरे मना तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले, देह नैन बिना रैन चंद्र बिना, धरती मेघ बिना, देह नैन बिना रैन चंद्र बिना धरती मेघ बिना, जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना, जैसे पंडित वेद विहीना, तैसे परानी हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले कूप नीर बिना, धेनु चीर बिना, मंदिर दीप बिना, कूप नीर बिना, धेनु चीर बिना, मंदिर दीप बिना, जैसे दरबर फल बिना ही ना, जैसे तरवर फल बिना ही ना, कैसे पुरुष हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले काम क्रोध मद लोभ निवारो, छोड़ विरोध तू संत जना। कहे नानक, कहे नानक, कहे नानक तू सुन भगवंता, इस जग में नहीं कोई अपना। सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले, सुमिरन कर ले, सुमिरन कर ले मेरे मना, तेरी बीती उम्र हरि नाम बिना। सुमिरन कर ले, सुमिरन कर ले, सुमिरन कर ले।
ब्लेस यू
बहुत धन्यवाद।
जी, मेरा फेवरेट भजन गा दिया आपने।
थैंक यू सर।
That was very nice.
ब्यूटीफुल ब्यूटीफुल।
Beautiful.
अरुण भाई आपके गले में एक मधुरता है।
बहुत बहुत अच्छे मतलब दिल से गाते हैं।
दिल
ये
से भगवान के प्रेम में तो फिर दिल से होना चाहिए चंद्र जी।
बिल्कुल, बहुत
भाव
अच्छा
से, बहुत भाव से गाया है, बहुत अच्छा।
भाव है आपके आवाज में। जो भी भजन आप गाते हैं बहुत भाव होते हैं उसमें।
थैंक
ये
अरुण जी, हमारे अपकमिंग प्रोग्राम्स के बारे में कुछ जरा बोल दीजिए, अब 2 मिनट बाकी हैं।
आप बताइए ना।
Acha. So we have two wonderful programs coming up. One is on Sunday, April 11th. The students of Indus Malik Music School will be coming back again to perform at 5 o'clock. आपको याद होगा कि पिछली बार 2 बार आ चुके हैं और वो बहुत ही अच्छा गाते हैं। तो होली का थीम है, Holi continues throughout April. So please join us on Sunday, April 11th at 5 o'clock. The flyer has been posted on our website. And then on April 18th is also Sunday, is Mata Ki Chauki. So there'll be more information coming about that. It's still being planned. If you have any suggestions or anything for that event, or if you'd like to volunteer, please come forward. This is going to be at Royal Palace and also via Zoom. And we have a surprise on that day. The children in our Yuvak Gurukul are working on a t-shirt design competition. So the winners will be announced on that day at Mata Ki Chauki. And, hopefully they will be Leena Gore and Raki Chopra and Parul Mehra and many of these kids are working on that. So you'll be hearing more about that as well. And then through our Yuva Gurukul, we are also, one of our teens is working on creating a series of classes on Hinduism for other kids. So it's going to be a peer-to-peer educational program. So you'll be hearing more about that also. So there's a lot of things in the works, a lot of things happening. And stay tuned and please spread the word, and good things happening. So a lot of enthusiasm. So stay tuned. And Jatin bhai, it is on the dot 6:30. So, so I have already made you the co-host, and so it's
Sure.
all yours. Kem cho?
Good, very good. How are you?
Good, good, good.
Hello.
Oh,
That's it. It's
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahe Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Okay. All right. So this is the topic today: ashrams and purushartha. Somehow we have talked about here and there most of that which we are going to talk about today. It is just compiled differently, but we kind of know everything that we will talk about today. So if you have questions, be ready. Hopefully we will have time. So there are 4 ashrams in Hinduism. Ours is the only religion or philosophy which has the system of ashram. Every spirituality do talk about the values and virtues and the rules of conduct and everything, but none of them talk about ashrams and purusharthas combined. This is the Hinduism is the only one which describes ashrams and purusharthas. So the 4 ashrams are Brahmacharya ashram, Grahastha ashram, VANPRASTHA ashram, and Sannyas ashram. And the 4 purusharthas are Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. And we'll try to put it together. So Brahmacharya ashram begins at birth to up to 25 years. Sometimes we used to call it Bal Brahmacharya ashram. So it is truly Brahmacharya to be followed. But it's mostly growing up, and we learn dharma, we learn all other things that the parents have to teach, which includes the secular knowledge, the disciplines, the values, the virtues, and spiritual knowledge. Even though it is supposed to be from birth to 25 years, at least in America or nowadays everywhere, it extends to 30 years because children with graduation and post-graduation and some time off in between never finish their studies before 30. So it kind of is extended. It used to be relatively rigid in India and in good old days, but now it is kind of extended brahmacharya ashram. The real brahmacharya is to be followed. Abstinence is necessary. That is according to our dharma, our rules. So automatically the grahastha ashram begins late also. It used to be, and the scriptures describe 25 to 50 years of age is grahastha ashram. When we finish studying, and then this is the most active time of life, between 25 to 50, which is now extended from 30 to 60. And here, very active artha and kama. Artha is collecting the wealth, and kama is fulfilling the desires, and that is basically household life. That's what the desire here means, kama. So it is household life, but it is a sandwich generation time. So the parents not only have to take care of the children, they have to take care of their parents and other relatives at the same time. Upbringing of the children is extremely important. The thing which we usually miss out, which used to be there very active in good old days, was teaching dharma and morals. When children used to go to Gurukul, the most important subject there was religion, dharma, morals, duties, etc. Again, the values are such that you cannot teach. If you cannot teach the value, then how can you instill the value in the children? Well, by showing them, Gurudev used to say, the values cannot be taught. It is caught by the children looking at the parents. So if the parents don't behave, automatically the children don't behave either. And children learn the way the parents behave. If the parents curse, the children are going to curse. If the parents are very soft, the children are going to be very soft. If the parents have interest in reading, studying, the children are going to be studying, etc. So all the values in the children come from the parents, especially the empathy, the sympathy, the behavior, the manners, everything come into the children from looking at the parents, not that by teaching by the parents. So this is the period of time where there is an intense physical, sexual, emotional, vocational, social, and wealth attachment is there with the people. That is what it is supposed to be. So this is the time of collecting the wealth for the period when we will not be working. So we don't have to ask for the help from the children. Next stage is VANPRASTHA ashram. It used to be between 50 and 75. Well, it has been narrowed down. Why? Because the grahastha ashram lasts up to 60. And the life is not necessarily 100 years. So VANPRASTHA ashram is the time when we should be retired. It is supposed to be retired life, but nobody retires before 60. So even between 60 and 70, which is supposed to be retired life, most people keep working beyond 70. So this is a little dilemma in the sense that now the life is little longer than what it used to be in India in last 100 years. the life expectancy was in 40s and then in 50s, and it's barely reaching 60s. And here it is close to 80, and in women it is more than 80. But it is not 100, though there are a lot of people who do cross 100, but the life expectancy is less. So if we continue to work beyond 60, 70, and so on, then there is no Vanprastha ashram at all. And there is not even sannyas ashram. So we used to have one doctor with whom I used to work, and he used to tell us, I'm going to die in my office. And he was upper 70s, 78, 79. And he actually dropped dead in the office. We certainly don't want to do that. The reason is the whole goal of the life is not artha, kama, or dharma. The goal of the life is moksha, and we have to actively work for it. And if we don't work for the moksha, we never get the moksha, and then we lose the precious human life, and we have no guarantee that next life we will be human again. And so we have to think and rethink that in India, they used to retire at 50, then they used to retire at 55, then it was extended to 58. Now most government jobs also, they extend up to 60, but it's certainly not beyond that. But people continue to work because they are healthier, and most important reason why people work is for artha, is for the wealth. So the last part is sannyasashram. In Vanprasthashram, we must prepare to get into the sannyasashram. So that 60 to 70 years of age is to prepare ourselves to be in sannyasashram. Now, sannyasashram is completely different, totally different. It is not the retirement, and it is not in the sense that, oh, I'm going to see the world once I retire. No, no, no. That wasn't the meaning of sannyasa ashram in India. It is a renunciation. Give up everything. And still, even today, people celebrate 60th birthday big time. Why? Because that is the end of grahastha ashram, or the life as usual. We are supposed to give up everything at the age of 60. And instead, it continues. So when we enter sannyasa ashram, which used to be at 75, but basically sannyasa ashram begins the day our social security starts. So now in America, it is approximately 67 years of age. So renunciation of material desire, no more earning, no more prejudices. We have lots of prejudices. And our mind is like, this is right and this is wrong. I like this person and I don't like this person. That liking, disliking is so strong that it must disappear. There is nothing like I don't like. There are some preferences in life. That's okay to have preferences. Like we eat one kind of food. Some people eat different kind of food. So North Indian, South Indian, West Indian, East Indian, we all have preferences. The same thing about the clothing also, that people wear different kind of clothes, even within India, when you move from North to South, East to West. So we have preferences, but we shouldn't have prejudices. Dispassion for worldly activities in sannyasa ashram. That means what? If I have opportunity to enjoy, I will. But I won't look for active either participation or enjoyment and stay away from attachment from everything. Now this, almost everybody disagree. Stay away from attachment, dispassion, vairagya. That vairagya is from who? Husband, wife, father, mother. Sometimes they are alive, sometimes they are not. Son, daughter, grandchildren. And there is a real uproar. What are you talking about? I live for my wife. I live for my children. I live for my grandchildren. Well, the meaning of dispassion is we love them. When they come, we enjoy. But we must learn not to miss them. So if grandchildren come and stay with us for 7 days, perfectly fine. But the day they go, they go. There is no reason to call them every day. Not to children, not to grandchildren. That dispassion that I can live without should be there even between the couples, like husband, wife, and husband. That yes, we love each other, but I do my things and she does her things, and we can live without, even though when we live together with the understanding that this is what I do and this is what you do. So sannyas ashram is really renunciation, really detachment, dispassion. Simple life and spiritual life. Focus is on the moksha. How do we work at getting moksha? That is the most important item in sannyas ashram. We begin at the young age. So we have it. The wealth is there, but we don't have to use it. So ideally, we should be using one part of the house, one room, one bed, one place to worship, read the scriptures. And there are things which we are going to discuss soon, that what are the things we should be doing and how should we be doing. But the presence of the wealth does not mean that we go on the world tour. That is not sannyas ashram. That is still grahasthashram, because we are enjoying that. That falls under kama. It does not fall under renunciation. So it is a totally different approach. And if you think hard, our grandparents really followed that. Don't be, this is all the psychiatrists will tell you and all the psychologists will tell you. If we depend on our children for our entertainment, we are sure going to be unhappy. It's not going to happen. They might help us when we need the help, but we cannot depend on the children for our entertainment. That's not going to work. So sometimes they will drive us to some place, sometimes they will not. But we cannot depend for our activities on our children and grandchildren. If they help, be happy. So this, some of these we discussed in different way in the past, but the question is this. I wish we were sitting across from each other, then you can answer. What would you desire now, today, or at any age to have in our life? And I can start, and everybody wants wealth. But then if there are 100 people sitting in front of you, and if you ask all of them, tell me, what do you desire? What do you want in your life? And you'll be surprised, we can make a list of 100 items, because everybody has different desires. And in one of those classes, I made a list of some 50, 60, 70 items, and then I reduced it to fewer number of items. So these are the important things everybody wants. People want good health. People want big house. People want a comfortable living. That means a good furniture and comfortable sofas, comfortable bed, etc. People want fancy cars. People want a big, big vacations. People want new clothes, even though the closet is full. People want jewelry, diamonds, gold, etc. And then sometimes they become little philosophical that, okay, I want the peace of my mind. Well, actually, we all want the peace of our mind, but we don't know how to express it. We think that buying the things will give us the peace of mind. Not true. It will never happen. We want love and respect from the family. We want, once again, the attire will include the shoes, a beautiful, a good body, healthy body. We want popularity. So everywhere we go, we tell the jokes and we have the stories. We show them, everybody, our knowledge of politics and economics, etc. We want to be popular, fame. We want satsang. This is the satsang. Right now, what we are doing is satsang. The life insurance, the health insurance, the good friends, the happiness, a good food, etc. So if I summarize, what would I want is as, all right. So the whole category of 100 items can be summarized into only 3 groups: safety and security, peace of mind, and happiness. Well, the moment you start studying the scriptures, the first thing the scriptures will tell you, by the way, I know what you want. You won't have it. You can't have it. Why not? Why not? I can buy whatever I want. Okay. To have safety and security, we have to remove the impurities in us. Impurities is called mala. Mala is impurity. And we want to be nirmala, or without the impurities. So unless we have that, we cannot have the safety and security. We want to have peace of mind. The peace of mind is never there if there is a vikshepa. Vikshepa means extrovertedness. It means we put our nose in every single thing, whether it is a game, or if it is a wealth, or if it is a stock market, or if it is real estate, or it is the relationship, it is somebody else's business, the grandchildren or cousins' business, and we put our nose in it. We can never have the peace of mind. Peace of mind is turning within. Introvertedness will give peace of mind. Think of who we are and how do we get introverted. That's the only way to get the peace of mind. The third is happiness. We cannot have the happiness. Now I have happiness. What do you mean you have happiness? I can buy whatever I want. I can eat whatever I want. I can go wherever I want to go. I can buy 75-inch TV tomorrow morning. What do you mean I can't be happy? Yes, you will be happy. That will be temporary happiness. It is not a long-lasting happiness. You buy a brand new car, you might pay $100,000. After a week, you care less. After a month, you don't care at all. Then it is only a vehicle. And we use it as vehicle. Even if it is expensive car, doesn't matter. It's never new forever. It's only temporarily we enjoy. So the permanent happiness is only when we remove the avarana. That means ignorance. The ignorance is removed and we can be permanently happy. So I'd like to go a little faster because the important thing is coming up. But I think we must have talked about the 3 yoga that I'm going to talk about. What is karma yoga? Karma yoga removes impurities. The mala that we talked about, that for security and safety, we need to remove mala. That means impurities need to be removed. What are those impurities? Those impurities are kama, desire, krodha, anger, lobha, greed, moha, misunderstanding, mada, ego, matsarya, jealousy, and dvesha, means liking, disliking. Hating somebody is tvesha. So the karma yoga means these three things. Karma yoga includes three things. One is nishkam karma. Anything we do to benefit ourselves is desirous karma. It's what we want. But nishkam is karma is the one which benefit other people. So all the voluntary work that you all do in the temple is a nishkam karma. You don't get paid, you don't get benefit. No personal benefit, but other people benefit. If you build the temple, yes, everybody else is going to benefit. And you might have 25, 50 people who have contributed right now, but once the temple is finished, then 500 people will benefit, 1,000 people will benefit. So that is nishkam karma. Ishwar arpana, that means all the actions that we do, we must dedicate it to the Lord. That means I'm not the doer. I'm appointed by the Lord to do the karma. If that tendency or that thought is there, that means that whether I succeed or I don't succeed, I'm never going to be unhappy. And the third item it includes is prasada buddhi. If I'm not doing the action, if the Lord is doing the action, then the success or failure also goes to the Lord. And whatever is the end result, I will accept it like a prasad. And when we go to the temple, when we get the prasad, we don't argue. Whatever we get in the prasad, we just put in the mouth. So these three items means karma yoga. And this karma yoga means removal of all of our insecurities, removal of all of our problems, kama, krodha, lobha, moha. So once those are gone, we become pure. And when we become pure, automatically we are happy people. So that is karma yoga. It gives us purity of mind, chitta shuddhi. Now, karma yoga is not law of karma. Law of karma is whatever happens to us now, which is called our prarabdha, that is because our actions in the past. That means whether we did a lot of punya in the past or pap in the past, we either be happy or unhappy now. So that is the law of karma. And if we do a lot of pap, we are going to suffer in the future. And if we do a lot of punya, we are going to be happy in the future. That is the law of karma. It is not karma yoga. Karma yoga is nishkam karma. Okay. The nishkam karma makes us purer. Now bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga includes three things: puja, japa, and upasana. So puja is the prayer that we do in the temple, at home, and there are 9 different ways of doing bhakti. And those 9 different ways, I put it here: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam. Let me describe each one of them. Shravanam means listen to the glories of the Lord, is Shravanam. Somebody sings the bhajan and we listen. Somebody reads the book about the Lord and we listen. That is Shravanam. Kirtanam is singing the glory of the Lord, is Kirtanam. Smaranam is remembering the Lord all the time. Even if we are doing some work, we keep on using the name of the Lord. Pad Sevanam, that means the puja of the feet or the chappals or shoes of the Lord. That is Pad Sevanam. Archanam. Archanam is remembering the Lord with the hymns, the Sanskrit hymns that we chant to remember the Lord. That is Archanam. Vandanam is bowing to the Lord. dasyam sakhyam, become the sevak of the Lord and become a friend of the Lord. Like we see Narsi Mehta or Mirabai, they were real friends of the Lord. Atmanivedanam is surrendering to the Lord, that no matter what I do, I am not doing it, Lord, you are doing it. And then Japamala. So when Japamala is a terrific way of getting the concentration. And if we do it correctly, then we can really concentrate into the Lord very easily with Japamala. But there is a technique to it. And you don't do Japamala while you are traveling in the train and there are people pushing all around. And some people do that they put the hand in the holder of the mala and they keep turning the mala. You're really not doing any japa because there's no way to concentrate in the middle of tens of people. Upasana is a dhanam, it's meditation, but meditation of the Lord with a murti or the form, that is upasana. When we go to the temple, we pray and then we close the eyes and then we do the chintanam of the Lord. That is called upasana. So bhakti yoga will give us the chitta ekagrata. Our mind can concentrate. So karma yoga purifies the mind. Bhakti yoga gives us chitta ekagrata. And the last is jnana yoga. What? No, I don't. No, I don't. So the jnana yoga is understanding, first learning theoretically what shravanam or what we read or what we hear. Mananam is once we hear this, we go home, we sit in a quiet place and think about it. Think about what we studied, think about what we read, and reflecting on it is mananam. Nididhyasanam is wake up at 5 in the morning, or maybe 4, maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 8, and sit down for a meditation in front of the Lord in a corner of your house or in the temple of your house. That is Nididhyasanam, that is meditation. The Jnana Yoga is the only way to get the moksha. Jivan Mukti, Videha Mukti. The only way when we get it is removing the Ajnan. And the removing Ajnan requires Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. So that is Jnana Yoga. So what do we need? We ultimately need Jnana Yoga. Can we do Jnana Yoga in the beginning? No. Why? We have to do Karma Yoga. We have to do Bhakti Yoga. Without these two, you cannot do Jnana Yoga. This is what Arjun wanted. Arjun told Lord Krishna in Bhagavad Gita that why do I bother with the war? Why do I bother with the karma? Why do I have to follow the rules in the society? Why can't I straight go to the jungle or on the top of the mountain and meditate and I get the jnana? Lord says, forget it. There is no way you will get the jnana because you are impure and you cannot concentrate. How can you get the jnana? So you need all three. All right. So what is Jivan Mukti? Jivan Mukti is removing our ignorance. What is the ignorance? Ignorance is that I am this body is ignorance. Who believes that? Every one of us. 100% of us believe I am this body. This is my name. This is my education. This is my wealth. This is my husband. This is my wife. These are my children. This is my big house. Remember, I worked so hard. Everything is me, me, and me. And that me, and me is basically ego. That ego has to go. And we have to realize that I am not this body. I am this Atman, which I had in the previous life, and I had in the life before, I have it in this life, and I will have it in the next life. But this life, this body is temporary. And the permanent thing which I have is my Jivatma or my Atma. That is permanent. That is me. And this has to be understood. And when we understand that, that state is called Jivan Mukti, but we have to assimilate. In other words, it must become the part of our life. Okay. So when that happens, then there is no more material desire. We don't have a desire that, oh, I want a bigger house, or, oh, I want a better car, or the material doesn't matter because I'm not this body. So no more lower or material desires. Then we are always blissful. Anybody who understands I am Brahman, I am Atman, I am the Lord, that man is so happy and so blissful that every other happiness of owning having something else, or eating some food, or vacationing somewhere, that happiness is so minuscule compared to the happiness of knowing that I'm the Atman, that there is no comparison. So you are always blissful. Then you still can be sorrowful. Let's say you're walking, you fall down, you break your leg, it's going to hurt. Or some sad thing happens in life, we are going to be sorrowful. But that sorrow lasts for a very short period of time. And right now, all our nature is that for every single thing, we get excited or depressed. What? This is how we express. Instead, once we are realized, we change our attitude. So what? Whatever happens, I can handle. No big deal. If that is what has to happen, so be it. It's not a problem. That attitude comes in a people with Jivan Mukti. So those people are never, never unhappy. And whenever they are unhappy, it is for a very short period of time. Now, this is where I not only want to spend the time, I want all of us to understand each one of this item with really seriousness. Why do we have to? Because we are VANPRASTHA. What does that mean? Our age, our stage of life is such that we should have less of the aggravation of work, less of the aggravation of earning money, less of the aggravation of doing the things, and we should have a peace of mind. So for that, we have to do this 10, 11, 12, 13 things that I'm going to talk about. And these two slides, this one and the next one, is something that we must think about and we must concentrate on. And unless we follow that, we are going to be tomorrow what we are today, unhappy. So we have to change ourselves. How are we going to change ourselves? And I think I have about 12 or 13 items, and I'll go through each one of them. Satsang. The ideal satsang is 3 times a week, that the group of people get together and talk about spirituality. That is the ideal way. Bhakti is also satsang, but bhakti satsang is not enough. It will help us. Definitely, we will be better human beings. But we need to know theoretically the spirituality. So understanding the higher scriptures is an absolute must. Even though the popular past figures were big bhakta, they were also having the jnana. So if you pay attention to what Mirabai was singing or Narsimha Mehta was singing, it is full of jnana. Every sentence has a deeper meaning. So only satsang will give that deeper meaning. Even when we study and study hard, studying only gives us 1/4 of the knowledge. The another quarter of the knowledge comes by not just listening to the teacher, but ourselves opening the book and reading and understanding each sentence one after the other. That will give you another quarter of the knowledge. Third quarter of the knowledge comes when we discuss with other people. That if 10 people are sitting down in a satsang and we discuss that I read this and you read this, and what I understood is this, what you understood is correct or incorrect. What I don't know, you teach me. And what I know, I teach you. Now, that kind of active discussion in the satsang gives the third quarter of the knowledge. And the fourth quarter of the knowledge comes after many, many years with the experience. So satsang is not something which is for a week or for a month or for a year. It is lifelong. Even if we understand the scriptures in detail, that satsang needs to be continued forever. Follow dharma. We kind of find the shortcuts off and on. I'll give you a simplest example. When we used to attend the classes, we used to get 1 hour credit. When I was working, we used to attend the grand rounds and we can get 1 hour of credit. So there were 3 people's group, and the first one who attends will sign for all 3. So all 3 of them get the credit for 1 hour. Now the second person may come or may not come. Third person may come or may not come. And the one, then when the second and third person come, he looks at it or she looks at it. Oh, my signature is there. Don't worry. Goes and sit on that chair. This is such a simple thing. And one day, one of us told that person, you're going to be in trouble one of these days. Oh, kaun si badi baat hai? What a big deal. I just signed for somebody, But it is the mindset. It is the mindset that if I can get away with it, I want to get away with it. That is a wrong mindset. So if we give, IRS says that you can deduct whatever money you put it in temple. People put $1 and they say that, oh, I put $20 every Sunday I go there, and 50 Sundays I go there, and they deduct $1,000. Well, IRS will not challenge it, but it is wrong because you are lying. So dharma is something, that truth must be a part of our life. And we must understand that even though I can get away with it, it does not mean that I have to do it. If we are honest, we can sleep better at night. If we are dishonest, we wake up in the middle of the night. We have to practice all 3, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. Why? Karma Yoga will purify the mind. Bhakti Yoga will give us the concentration to understand Jnana. And Jnana Yoga or meditation will give us the realization or moksha. So we have to practice all 3, Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga. There is no shortcut. And we have to do it all throughout the life. And sometimes this life is not enough. So we continue in the next life. The good thing is that whatever level we have reached in understanding our scriptures, the next life we will be born with that understanding. So nothing is lost. This was another question of Arjuna to Lord Krishna, is that I am in the middle of the war. And even if I do Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga and study the scriptures, what if I die before I'm realized? And Krishna's answer was, nothing is lost. Nothing is lost. We are born in the next life with the mind. Mind we carry from one life to another life, to another life, to another life. So nothing is lost. We can continue and go forward in the next life. Seva to the family, we do that. Friends, we often do that, but not all the time. To neighbors, we never do that. So seva is a free help to other people. That help is not always physical, sometimes physical, sometimes mental, sometimes intellectual, sometimes monetary, sometimes just simple mentoring. Somebody doesn't understand, is confused, and wants your help, and you know the answer. So just spend an hour. That's all. Help the people. Very simple. You'll be surprised how much people appreciate that. They just want to sometimes vent out their sorrow or get the guidance. So give it. Do not overindulge. Remember, we are talking about VANPRASTHA. VANPRASTHA is the person who is already retired and he's going to be sannyasi soon. So do not overindulge. It remains, we have to understand that people who indulge all the time, they don't get anywhere in spirituality. We have to control ourselves. But we have a habit of indulging. When we go to the restaurant, we eat double the amount of calories. Or when we go out, we just go crazy dancing or jumping or indulging in no matter what we do. So do not overindulge. But we must enjoy the life though. That is true. Moderation in life, it is the same thing. Do not overindulge. But that moderation in life comes in every single aspect of life, whether it is shopping or it is clothing or it is leaving. Who was talking on the other day? That very rich man in India. Anyway, he was talking on the other day, and he said that we must be careful and never be shy or ashamed of few things in life. What are those few things? Our living, our house, we should never be ashamed of. If we live in a small house, perfectly good. There's nothing wrong with that. 2, our clothing and perfume. As long as we are clean, that's all matters. We don't have to wear $200 shirt. We are fine with $20 shirt. So as long as it is clean, we are perfectly fine. 3, our older parents, that some of our parents are, some of us have parents in 80s and 90s, and they are really, really old. There is no reason to be ashamed of them. They are the reason we are here. So respect the parents. And the last, our friends. Sometimes we have rich friends, sometimes we have poor friends. We should never be afraid of poor friends. We should be proud of them, that he's my friend. He's more honest than the richest guy I know. Okay, so moderation in life. Enjoy the solitude. Now, this is something which we can develop over a period of time. Some people, if they are alone for 20 minutes and they go crazy, what do I do? What do I do? Where is my husband? Where is my wife? Where is my friend? Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they have to meet somebody, play cards or go out to the bar or restaurant or whatever. Well, there is more to learn from ourselves, by ourselves, when we are alone. If we put our mind to work for our benefit. So be alone. Solitude is different from lonely. See, when a person is alone, then he feels I'm missing somebody. That person is lonely. But solitude is, I enjoy myself being alone. I walk on the grass myself on the backyard. I just watch the birds and I enjoy it. I read the books and I enjoy it. I don't want my television. I don't want my WhatsApp. I want to be with myself. I'm the best friend of myself. So to learn to enjoy the solitude is really a good thing we can learn, and we should. We are the best friend of our own, ourselves only. Why do we need other people? We don't need other people. Okay. Control desire, turn needs to wants. You know, now she doesn't do that. But my wife used to go out shopping, buy whatever is on sale, come home and used to prove to me, oh, I needed it all the time. I just didn't get the opportunity to buy it, but I bought it today. So what did she do? That she's into wants. I want everything. I don't need it. No, I want it. But even our needs, that I have a habit of keeping 2 extra toothbrush. I don't need it. One is enough. When one goes bad, I will go and buy another one. We have to reduce our needs. Instead, we have extra pillows and extra bedsheets and extra clothing and extra everything extra in the house. So we unnecessarily change our wants to our needs. But what we should be doing is minimizing our needs. We should be able to travel with only not check in the luggage, but only carry on the luggage and go on vacation for a month. We should be able to do that. We can do that if we want to. But some people carry 4 pairs of shoes on vacation. I don't know why, but okay. So the idea is to reduce the needs. So turn our needs to the wants, not the wants to the needs. Wants to the needs, turning means accumulate, accumulate, accumulate. Fill the basement. We don't have to. From today onwards, this is true for every single person who is listening right now, and whoever else that you can talk to. No more sins, small or large, doesn't make any difference. No more sins from today till we die. We can do it if we want to do it. No more papa. That's it. Very simple. Anytime when I have to think, can I do it? Should I do it? Well, don't do it. The only reason you have a thought that can I do it? It means it is incorrect. It is either immoral, unethical, or illegal. Don't do it. No more sins from now until the end of this life. Make others happy. Tejomaya Nanda used to say this. If you want to be happy for one day, 4 hours, for 4 hours to be happy, take a nap. If you want to be happy for a whole day, go fishing. You're the only one. Nobody will bother you. If you want to be happy for a month, get married. If you want to be happy for 1 year, win lotto. If you want to be happy all throughout this life, make other people happy. If we make other people happy, they will make us happy. If we help other people, they will help us. If I take somebody to the airport, he or she will take me to the airport. So to be happy, help other people. And the last, if you want to be eternally happy, know who you are, that I am not the body, I am the Atman. So if we know that, then we are eternally happy because we get the moksha, we are blissful, we have no next life to suffer. So know thyself to be eternally happy. Mother Teresa said this, I don't care what the world think of me. I don't care what I have. I don't care if you like me or not. I don't care if you criticize me behind me. It is my Lord, and I will be together at all times, and nothing matters to me in my life. We have to think about it. We have to remember this. And the last, all physical, mental illnesses, monetary problem, social problems are solved by spirituality. This is not a joke. This is not exaggeration. Most of our physical illness will be minimized by spirituality. All of our mental illness disappears with knowing Atman. Our monetary problems, we won't need the money once we are realized. We will have no social issues. There is no liking and disliking once we understand who we are. Spirituality solves all the problems for the rest of our life. And we have only 5 minutes left. So please ask me whatever you want to ask me. This last 2 pages, let us please remember. This last 2 pages, let us remember forever. This is our life. This is what we should be doing. This is what we should understand. This is the simplest thing in the world. And this is something which is in such a simple language we all understand. I wish we all follow bulk of it, part of it. Any question?
Jatin, I'm a little bit confused about turn needs to want. Isn't it? It shouldn't be the other way.
No. Okay. All right. Let me tell you. No. Wait. Let me explain. If we turn all our wants, what do I want? I want a new car. I want a bigger house. I want good food. If we turn our wants into our needs, that means I need it. I can't live without. So one, turn our needs to our wants. I can live without my wants, but I cannot live without my needs. Whatever I need, I have to have it. I have to have toothpaste in the morning, and I have to have the tissues, and I have to have the food. So that is my need. But I got to reduce my need. So turn the need into wants, and wants I don't want.
Okay.
My wants I don't want. That's because it is excess. That is something I can live without. Right. So it is true. Turn the needs into wants. And wants, I don't want.
Remove the wants.
Yes, I don't need it. I can live without. It is all excess. And believe me, in America, 99% of the things we do, we don't need. We still do it. We still buy it. We still dump it in the house. It is all unnecessary. We can live in one room. Why do we need 10 rooms? Tell me. And why do we have a full basement? We don't need it.
Right. Yeah, at some point we used to go for shopping, not needing anything or wanting, but just going shopping.
Actually, it's a fashion too.
Right.
We go on a Europe tour and we don't want to buy anything. We still go to the shopping mall. Right. Oh, I want to see if there is something I don't have it at home, is available here. Let me buy it. This is to my memory,
But that was before one.
You don't need that.
Right.
But we do it. And ultimately, when we move from one house to another house, we throw everything in the garbage.
Yeah.
Our habit.
Yeah.
That's why they send you flyer every week. They have a say.
No. And now it comes on WhatsApp. Email. You cannot get rid of it.
Some of the older people, they have habit of hoarding. Like they want to collect things that somehow is psychological problem, actually.
Yeah, and then do what?
They don't know.
You never look at it. When I sold my house and moved to this apartment, I actually had a shredder. There is a big truck which comes to your house, and that is a big shredding machine in the truck, and big boxes of paper that can shred it in 5 seconds, 10 seconds. So I had about 25 boxes, and he took each one of the boxes and dumped it in the shredder, and another box and another box. The whole basement was empty. The papers at least were empty in half an hour.
Right.
And I collected for 30 years.
Yeah, also decluttering also improves the energy, like
Yes.
the energy in the house.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Agree.
It was very good, the whole topic.
Cleanliness and godliness.
Yes, true.
Thank you.
Jatin, I don't want to waste even a minute without chanting the name. अब माला तो मेरे हाथ में हर time होती नहीं है, but I'm always chanting. Either if I say Swaminarayan, Radha Krishna or Hare Krishna, whatever. So
And
how that
that's
impacts?
very good habit. Very, very good habit. Several things happen. One, it is the real bhakti. It increases the faith. You have to have the faith to do japa. Even if you don't have mala, doesn't matter. Keep remembering the name, right? So you have to have the faith to begin with. And two, it makes the faith stronger. It makes the relationship with the Lord a better one. Yes, our mind is purer. Otherwise, the mind has a habit. It runs. It goes everywhere. And very often it goes to the place it's not supposed to go. So God's name is absolutely fantastic. Very good.
Jatanji, the reason why the prayer beads that we use are called mala is that they help us get rid of our mala. That's why they're called mala, or is it two different words?
No, see what happens is this.
Mala is a robe.
So mala is what you have. Okay, now.
The prayer beads.
Yes.
Now each
right.
time you turned one bead,
right,
remember the Lord and you bow to the Lord, then you have a greater faith in the Lord, and our mind learns concentration, and our mind doesn't run somewhere else. So basically mala is so simple, but it helps so much that it really gets rid of your bad thoughts, and our thoughts are concentrated, and we learn something called chitta ekagrata. Our mind can concentrate better on the things that we want to concentrate. So mala is a wonderful thing.
No, but I thought you understood. You said
what
before.
Murray,
maybe I miss. Yes.
Yeah, Murray is talking about mala, which is kama krodaka. Mala and mala. So both spellings are same. Mala and mala.
Spellings are.
All right.
That's where I'm confused.
Okay, let me tell you what
before that we have to get rid of our mala, and the prayer beads are called mala, and I don't speak Hindu, forgive me, so I couldn't get it.
Okay, Marie, let me talk about mala. Every one of us mind works in certain way, and we all have desires. We all have anger. We all have greed, and we all have ego. Now, all of this, jealousy is there too, and also there are a few more things, right? We mentioned 7 things. Okay, so all of this comes in our way. Like if I am greedy, then I will do something not correct. When I have lots of desires, then I am pushed in a wrong direction because of my desires. If I'm short-tempered and get angry all the time, then I cannot get the work done. So these are all called mala. Mala is impurities, and these impurities of the mind is gone by involving ourselves in the actions for the benefit of the other people.
And is the word spelled the same? Mala for prayers and mala for impurities?
Yeah, okay. Mala is actually, mala is the impurity, and mala is a japa mala.
But are they spelled the same? That's what I'm trying to understand.
Unfortunately, yes, correct.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, it is the
So
same.
it's when you're reading in the context of the text that of course you'll know the difference immediately what is being referred to.
I agree with you. Actually, when they write mala on the top of A, they should put a line. It is not mala, it is mala. But mala is the rosary. That is to do the concentration for the Lord. And mala is the impurity.
And you know what's very interesting? In Latin, the word mal, M-A-L, means malady, sickness, illness, bad. So I'm sure it probably comes from Sanskrit, which is older than Latin, I would assume.
Yes, yes, yes.
Probably, yes.
We don't know, but probably. Sanskrit is a very old language. It's maybe close to 10,000 years old.
I believe it's older than Latin. I think I looked it up once.
It might be, yes, it probably is correct.
But in Hindi, Dr. Kapadia, ma and la, mala. And then the mala is ma, then aki matra, then la, and then aki matra.
I agree. So that's why.
But in English, it is always written with a, always, anything which comes like this, mala,
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, it is.
So, I agree, and I don't make that mistake, but Marie doesn't know.
Yes, yeah. That's
so she reads M-A-L-A. So
honey.
Yeah,
that's she didn't understand that thing.
Yes.
Really, thank you.
Thank you all for the explanation. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Marie. If you don't have the last 2 pages, please take the picture. Please go through. Please read it. Please try to follow. Those 12, 13 items are extremely important. We got to follow that for the rest of our life. It's worth repeating too. If you want, I will forward it to you. But it's really, really important. It is a guideline, but it's simple, very simple thing. And we can follow every single one of those things if we choose to.
Could you email it or just put it on the WhatsApp thing?
I will send it on WhatsApp right now today. I mean, as soon as we finish, I'll send it to you.
Okay, great. Okay. Any other questions?
Okay. So,
Jatin bhai, I have one simple question.
Sure.
Maybe a very silly question, but how did this whole concept of all the ashrams develop?
Okay, so this is, well, Bhagavad Gita was written approximately 5,000 years ago. There is controversy there too. All our scriptures started as early as 10,000 years ago, but they were not in a written forms because the papers were not available and the writing wasn't available. Approximately 3,000 years ago, people started writing. Ved Vyas, approximately 5,000 years ago, compiled all the knowledge of all the rishis and put it into one scripture, which is called Veda, but it was not even available. How to write Vedas when Ved Vyas was alive. So he just transmitted that knowledge from one mouth to another mouth, to another mouth, to another mouth. And the papers came out approximately 2,000 years ago. Well, actually, some ways of writing even 2,700 years ago, but it wasn't a clear-cut way of writing, and the language wasn't developed. But 2,000 years ago, the first factory of the paper was put in China for the first time in the history. And thereafter, all the printing started. But the thoughts and the ideas are the thoughts and the ideas of the rishis to begin with. And they formed this with the express purpose of guiding us how to live our life. And that was the reason for them to come up with this. And it is very clearly described in Bhagavad Gita also. And Bhagavad Gita is kind of approximately 5,000 years old.
It's given by Bhagwan himself.
And Lord Krishna himself gave that knowledge.
And Bhagavan gave the knowledge of the Gita to Lord Krishna, who in return gave it through prayer and reflection to the rishis, and eventually it gets written in language.
No, Bhagwan Krishna is the Bhagwan, is the Lord. Is
right, but Krishna is a form of Bhagavan, like Lord Shiva,
right,
etc. Correct?
Right.
So,
right.
if who writes the Gita? Krishna?
No, Ved Vyas.
Ved Vyas.
Ah, okay.
Ved Vyas is using Lord Krishna to express the ideas and thoughts and teaching. So the teacher is Lord Krishna, but it is written by Ved Vyas, and he's the one who originally talked. His mouth is describing, and Ganesha's hand is writing.
And he wrote the whole Mahabhagya, or just the Gita?
No, Ved Vyas wrote the whole Vedas, all the 4 Vedas, all the 108 Upanishads, and all the 18 Puranas. That is all written by Ved Vyas himself.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He gave the most knowledge. So he is the father of the Hinduism.
He's the incarnation of Lord Shiva.
Yes.
Ah, okay.
No.
Vishnu.
Vishnu.
So the scriptures describe 9 incarnations of Lord Vishnu, but there are scriptures in which there are 24 incarnations of Lord Vishnu. One of the 24 incarnations is Ved Vyas. But when you describe only 9 incarnations, then Ved Vyas doesn't count. So he was as good as Lord. He was.
Thank you.
He was the Lord. So I will call you, Bhavnaji. And we will talk about the next step. What do we do?
Okay.
There are simpler books and difficult books. And
Could we get a book that a woman has written? Would that be a holy thing to ask?
We can look into it, definitely.
Thank you.
So our next session with you, Jatin Bhai, is on April 9th, I believe. Friday, April 9th. And then
that's what we originally decided.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
But what is the topic and how do we go forward from here? So
well, I leave that to you. What I mean, should we talk about the other ashrams?
No, more than that, what I would prefer, and you all can discuss with your committee or the important people that you always talk to, what I prefer is that just the same way last time we picked a book, Bhaj Govindam, and from first shloka of the book to the last shloka of the book, similar, we usually teach about 100 books. There are some books which are very simple, and some books are in between, some books are harder, and the hardest are the Vedas and hardest are the Upanishads. So whatever way, instead of randomly picking a topic, I would prefer that we pick a book and we start the book from the first to the last page. So that way it is kind of a very organized knowledge.
Okay.
Then we can keep on going with harder and harder books when we have better and better understanding.
Is Bhagavad Gita to start with is too hard going to be?
Yes, but it can be made simple. What I usually did with Bhagavad Gita is, unfortunately, everybody wants Bhagavad Gita. Now, why did I say the word unfortunately? Because truly, if you want to understand Bhagavad Gita, you have to have the real good knowledge of Vedanta. So if basic knowledge of what Vedanta is. Now, if we start Bhagavad Gita, what I end up in doing is, every time the new topic comes, which we did not discuss before, I stop right there and I pick that word from, let's say, first chapter, third shloka, one word, and on that word, I spend the whole hour. So I finished the whole topic on that one word. And then we are not in rush. Why do we have to finish it quickly? So take our own time.
Yeah, that's fine. As long as you are explaining it, that's fine.
As long as, Jatin bhai, you are available every 2 weeks or whatever, forever, we would listen to you.
Well, what I would prefer that we should have the fixed time, in the sense, let's say 1 hour and 15 minutes, but first and third or second and fourth Friday of the month. And whatever we decide, 9 out of 10 times, we stick to it. Now, there are times I'm not available, or I have something else to do, or I'm out of town. Or there are times you have a big function
on Friday.
We will change that day.
Yeah, that's
All right,
fine.
good.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fine.
First and third, or second and fourth, and whether the fifth one, there are months with 5 Fridays. Then you have to decide whether you want to use the 5th Friday or not. So you figure it out, what works for you. And I don't mind starting Bhagavad Gita, but then we will have to go slowly, because whenever that important word comes in, which people don't know, we spend more time on it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Catch up with it.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. So within the next, by Monday, I will confirm with you.
Yeah, sure. No rush. No rush. Whatever you want, we will do it.
So do you have like a series of books or something that you can recommend where we can choose from? Or if maybe somebody, if the committee, they feel that, instead of the Bhagavad Gita, they would prefer something else, or is there like a choice? Or
when I started studying, one of the first book was this book. It's so small. You see that? It has only 5 shlokas, but each shloka take 2 hours or 1.5 hours or 1 hour maybe.
And what's it called? Sadhana?
Sadhana Panchakam.
Panchakam, okay.
Pancham is 5.
Yeah.
Sadhana is the way to do the understanding or studying, the system of studying. And 5 means 5 shlokas. And each shloka has 8 items in it. So there are 40 items described in this little book. How do we prepare ourselves to study the heavier book? And so this is introduction. But hey, you decide which way you want.
Okay.
Jatanji, so this is going to be like an introductory class to the Gita, since on Tuesday we have regular Gita?
No. If we do Gita, we will have regular Gita. There is.
But we have regular Gita with you twice a month on Tuesdays.
Yes.
I'm confused.
Okay, so there right now I'm doing 4th chapter. It's 4th, right? Of Bhagavad Gita on
Tuesdays.
Tuesdays. But if we start with this group, we will start the 1st chapter. So
we're going to have Gita with Shavani ji on Monday, Gita with you every other Tuesday, and Gita with you every other Friday.
That's why, remember, I used the wrong word in the first time, which was unfortunate, but it is not unfortunate. It is just that it is a lot of repetition, and for some people it is too much. But yes, it is the best book in the world.
Mhm.
And I think it's better to take step by step rather than go straight into the
So
deep
would you
end.
think this is?
I think sadhana panchakam.
If you would wait, then I will do this.
Yeah, that's fine. Whatever.
I do Bhagavad Gita. But again, you guys have to talk to each other. Whichever way you want, I will do it.
Yeah,
I think
I'm leaning towards the sadhana panchakam, but we'll discuss it and then we'll confirm by Monday.
Bhavna ji, me too. I think that'd be a better
I
thing.
think Bhavna ji, I support that view.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
Dimant, I couldn't hear. Tell me again.
I support Bhavna ji's idea to start with that book, what you have. And also simplicity is the best understanding.
yeah,
Best thing.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I
Chandra ji,
agree
please
with
add
your
on.
idea to start with that book that you have right now.
I also the Bhavna ji, because we have to understand first the beginning, you know,
Correct.
Right, right.
to
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
that's very important for us.
So
Tina-
is this book is available on
China
for
public.
purchase?
Chinya publication in Pennsylvania.
$2.
All right.
This will be $2, but you can ask for 20 and then each one
Yeah.
or something like that.
हम order कर सकते हैं अरुण जी
हाँ.
जिसको भी चाहिए.
Yeah.
So do we order the book or do we wait for the lovely lady who's ordering the book and then we pay her? What protocol should we follow?
Well, I don't think that
If
we
you
would
want,
take.
I will order 25 books. And
How will you have to mail it again to them?
but then
Yeah, no. Dhiman, Jatin bhai, we will order them.
Okay.
I don't know where. I think it was Marie who was speaking. I don't know where you're located.
I'm located in Bayside, but what I would like to do, since all of you have been so helpful, I'll donate $50 or $75 for the mailing of the books to everyone, because I feel that I have been getting help on books from you and from Jatanji, and I would just like to do that.
Well, great. So if you could put it in the chat box, your mailing address, and I will put in the chat box our Zelle, our Zelly handle.
Okay, and in the chat box, forgive me, I know your voice, but I don't know who you are.
My name is Bhavna.
It's on the Hindu Temple or Tri-States.
Yeah.
And just sell you, you'll give me like your phone number so that I can go into my Chase account and sell you the money?
Absolutely. So you can Zelle it to this email address that I've just put in the chat box. And if you need to contact me, you can contact me at Arun ji, aap apna bhi de dijiye.
Okay.
I can contact you through your cell phone number?
Yes.
Yes.
And I put my cell phone number in the chat box.
And is $75 enough for shipping, or do you think you need more? If you need more, it's okay. I just don't know.
No, that's absolutely fine.
Plenty.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll look for your number, and once I get your number, I know how to sell through Chase. I'll sell you the money tonight.
All right, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. And anybody on this program this evening, if you would like a book, then please email the email that I just put in the chat box. That's an email that you can use to communicate with us as well as to make any donations. So if you just email me there that you would like one of the books, then we will mail it to you, or we'll make some arrangement if you're here in Westchester where you can pick it up or whatever. We'll get it to you, in short.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Thank you, Jatin bhai. Always a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
चंद्र जी तो समाप्ति करेंगे.
Yeah.
Jatanji, I am a little confused. So she's going to send me on WhatsApp her name and her phone so that I can do it through Zelle, or is it an email? Because she was talking about both simultaneously, and I got sort of lost.
Marie, don't worry. I will forward it to you.
Okay, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hari Om to you and Lakshmi.
Hari Om, Hari Om.
Thank you, Jatanji.
Hari Om, everybody.
ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनान् मृत्योर्मोक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ शान्ति 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 असतो मा सद्गमया तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमया मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमया लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु लोकाः समस्ता सुखिनो भवन्तु ॐ शान्ति 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 ॐ द्यौः शान्ति अन्तरिक्षगं शान्ति पृथिवी शान्तिरापा शान्तिरोषधया शान्ति वनस्पतया शान्ति विश्वे देवा शान्ति ब्रह्मा शान्ति सर्वगं शान्ति शान्तिरेव शान्ति सामा शान्तिरेधि ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामया सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःख भाग भवेत्। आप सब तन मन धन से सुखी रहें, यही भगवान के माँ के चरण कमलों में मेरी प्रार्थना, और ऐसे मंदिर की सेवा करते रहें। ठीक है भावना जी?
हाँ जी, नमस्ते. And please save those dates and look for our flyer.
Yes.
and hope to see you again on. Don't forget, Tuesday will be our Hanuman Chalisa. We have a lot of wonderful events coming up, and if you know children who are interested in getting involved with the temple, please have them contact us as well. We have a lot of people who are working hard to develop these programs for kids. So thank you very much, and namaste everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.
Shubhrati, Shubhrati, wonderful week.